Okay, so Happy New Year. I know I lived to 2019, which is amazing because I'm tortured every day. But anyways, Happy New Year, 2019. Here in Arizona, we didn't have fireworks because of rain, but people they used their guns instead. It was quite interesting to hear it, pop, 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 So that lets you guys know, you powers that be, that we still have our guns, so yeah, that was interesting, I heard a few fireworks, but, it didn't work in the wet atmosphere. But, real quick, I want to talk about, some more masonry shit, lizard news. House of Cards, I'm on season 6. And I think, okay, so Claire's president, Underwood died, supposedly. But that's questionable. I even question Underwood being dead. I think she's Madam President. She's laying out a platform, and then he'll return. I'm just a hunch. Anyhow, the interesting thing in the House of Cards right now, where I'm at, is Secretary of State. She realized that Underwood pushed her down the stairs, the Secretary of State chick. And because she was going to testify against him and his dealings with, some heavy shit in the White House. So what he did is he pushed her down, and she went into a coma, and then she came back, and she sat down with Claire, and she said, she was going to take another job. And then Claire got the news that she died. Well, everybody, like 3/4 of this one section is at this, her funeral. Anyways, Petrov shows up, and he wants to do this deal with Syria and all this shit, which tells me that the writers of Hollywood know the inside deal of the Illuminati and how they're, moving resources and people around. So Petrov he's here at this funeral because he admired Secretary of State. So what happened is, a little Freemasonry trick going on here. She actually fakes her death so that she can ruin Underwood, Claire. Because she has a lot of shit dirt on what happened to her personally and their dealings in the White House and also international affairs. So, Claire, being, the evil thing that she is, I find out that she's pregnant. And I think she's actually pregnant with Tom Yates' kid. Because she murdered him. She murdered him because he was writing a book. And he saw a lot of stuff going on between these two. So anyways, which also is a big thing because we don't know if he really had his book, held secretly and could be published. So anyways, one particular night, she's talking to Doug because Underwood left his will, all of his shit to Doug, not to her. The only thing he gave her was, the wherewithal of becoming president. But Doug got all of his possessions, everything. And she's pissed off about that. So anyways, she uses Doug and Doug uses her kind of thing. But she tells Doug secretly, that she's pregnant. And she murders 3 people in one day. She kills her blonde friend's lady, who kind of came out of nowhere. Then she had Secretary Durant murdered. And then she had, who was the third person she had killed? Anyways, it's all Freemasonry. It's all threes, And you have to catch them in the act when they watch. You should watch this movie. It really gives you a lot of insight on how, the Masons roll, man. Gives you an education. That's why, when they threw in Secretary Durant when she faked her death, I was like, aha. Because I know they have technology where people can fake their death and then come back. It's no different than Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Because they are cloning people. That's the truth, people. They are cloning. So, you know, right now she's pregnant. She secretly told Doug, you know, hey, I'm pregnant. And he's freaked out by it. And because she tells him, get